Hello everyone and welcome to another GameXplain Game & Watch, this time for the Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And I'm starting a little bit in the middle of this trilogy just to give a better idea of what exactly you can expect from these games. And we're picking up with the second game, and this is the second trial, so basically the first real trial. And just for a little bit of backstory, we have our assistant Maya, who is getting tried for murder. So yeah, it's a little complicated because she as a spirit medium, she actually has spirits take possession of her body and it can talk through them. However, this spirit seemed to have a grudge and murdered the man that summoned it there. So now we got to defend Maya from this whole situation. So a nice little high stakes trial to start things out with. And we already did all of our investigation stuff for the first day. So this is our first set of, technically day 2, but the actual beginning of the trial itself. So we're actually figuring out here that one of the characters from the first game that Phoenix was able to defeat in court, he also has a lot of dirty tricks, as you can see here. We're actually going to be facing off against his successor. So nice little bit of connection between the two. Raises the stakes a bit because Juan Karma was a tricky lawyer to get through. And yeah. And of course we have Pearl here, which I'm actually really glad about because it introduces one of the problems I have with this port on the Switch, because otherwise it looks great. This is great updated artwork, though there are a bit of frames missing in between, but I can kind of overlook that. But when it comes to child characters, which there was one in the original game and that was really it, but now we have the introduction of Pearl Faye, Maya's cousin, and she has a lot of really great animations, but because of the way the dialogue boxes are, they're hidden. You don't get to see them that much, and even some of the others, like the little thing that Maya does. And I don't understand why they didn't make it translucent like it was in the DS games. It just loses a little bit of the personality, because like, look at Pearl, her face was almost cut off here. So yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate things, but it's just one of the problems I have with that. It's otherwise though, this is a good port. I want to emphasize that. And if you've never played these games before, play them. They're so good. Really, really great stories, great characters, and I can't recommend them enough. Especially the way these 3 games in particular tie into one another. So yeah, we're seeing what kind of crazy girl Pearl is, who's been kind of hidden away by from the outside world by her mother, and doesn't even know what a train is. So she ran all the way here, which takes 2 hours by train. So just goes to show how crazy Pearl kind of is. And the nice thing about that they do with the second game is get a lot of backstory. You can actually jump into the second game and have no trouble following with the story so far. Though I do recommend playing the first, because it gives you the basis, introduces these characters. But it is a nice catch up for you to enjoy. But it also takes the opportunity to introduce new stuff for returning people, like Miles Edgeworth, your rival prosecutor, is gone at the moment. So there's a nice little mystery set up for why did Edgeworth leave? So again, like nice little story beats that they go through each time, get you introduced. And now we're in the courtroom itself, where we're going to be introduced to Von Karma's successor. And there she is. So yeah, she became, just as how crazy it is, the prosecutor started doing her whole thing at age 13. She's a prodigy. I love how ridiculous these games get. It really is just a wonderful aspect to it. Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. Mostly lived in Germany. And she's out for revenge. And her great gimmick, which is kind of ridiculous, she loves to whip. So yeah, Phoenix gets mistreated throughout a lot of these, especially in the second and third games. Second game, it's the whip. Third game, something liquid based, but I don't want to spoil it for in case you haven't played. It looks like she's obsessed with perfection as well. And because of that, she is absolutely determined to get Maya proven guilty. And of course, Franziska also has these wonderful lines, "Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams." So you can also see a little bit here how it's a little more jittery than the original DS releases with these upgraded models. Still looks good, but not getting all those frames in there. Just a minor little problem, but again, otherwise, great writing, great reactions, just, you know, really can't recommend these games enough. And the whip's out already. Alright, so here's our murder. One of these closed room cases. And of course, what makes this all the more ridiculous is, yeah, we were channeling spirits. I will also say the game likes to use the HD rumble for those little, like, to emphasize those little oomphs within the dialogue. Like, anytime the screen shakes, you have that. It kind of emphasizes it. It's a fun little addition. The judge is also very easily swayed. Alright, so now we're into the actual gameplay portion of this, where we have the testimony from Gumshoe here. So the direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead. The shot was fired from a point-blank range, but before the victim was shot, he was also stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. A little excessive, but there you go. And of course, as we're getting all this, we're getting some reports that we can use as evidence, potentially. Read through it, get some idea of what you want to do in order to find any contradiction. Because that's the whole point of these cross-examinations. We're looking for reasons that they might have, facts might be wrong. So what you really want to do is press every single one of these statements in order to learn as much as you can. And of course, along the way, you also have the prosecutors getting in the way of you finding out this stuff as much as possible. So yeah, things not looking so good for Maya. So, didn't work out so well for us there, but let's just continue pressing each of these statements. Again, really fun animations, but also emphasizes, I don't know, I kind of want to see more of her body, so like how she's positioned and whatnot, and I really do want those translucent dialogue boxes. Ah yes, the foolish foolery of the foolish fools in this foolish country. So you get more information, all that. It's mostly just, none of it's, you could easily, if you know exactly what you're doing, just go to the necessary bits and go from there. But it is nice to get some background on a lot of this. Ah, fruit knife. Yeah, the person who possessed Maya really was out for blood. However, we're trying to prove that Maya had no involvement whatsoever, even if she was possessed by a spirit. Not necessarily a ironclad defense, so you can see why it's a little tricky. Yeah, not so good. Do our last line here. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. I love Francisca. Alright, so sometimes you don't have to present any kind of evidence. You just have to go through and get some establishment. So there's no contradictions here. But by asking about all this stuff, we learned more about the case and got some more evidence for the court record to present in case we need them. So proud of herself. And once again, Phoenix is just, well, why am I always so screwed? So now we have a choice. Will we change our plea to justified self-defense? Nope. Not guilty. She did not do it. That whip gets me every time. Judge is easily swayed, like I said. So we got our other incriminating evidence. Yep, still not looking so good. Oh, it can always get worse. Yeah, she's out to utterly humiliate Nick. Poor Gumshoe. He always gets yelled at. His costume. We'd have to pay more in order to put her in different outfits. Definitely not looking good. Yeah. There's always, like, typically if you have an option to press further, you press further. There is one little thing, I think. I honestly forget some of the exact answers, so I'm hoping to get an idea as we go along. So what you can do at any time is save scum. So just save the game if you want, and you can, you know, load it back up if you get anything wrong. But we're not going to worry about that this time. As you can see, we only lose one thing. But, we got that blood spatter here. But what's with this? There's a hole. What's that all about? Yep, they completely missed it. And that is our chance to turn things around. Don't know how exactly we can, how much we can turn it around, but we have a chance of at least poking some holes in the prosecution's argument. Of course, it indicates that she knew about it and is ready for us. Because they will always find a way to disregard the things you find. Yeah. You might get a small victory, but they always find a way to make it seem not so good. So we'll press this last line and... So yeah, we got a little clue there that we need something to show that the defendant actually did attack back. So let's take a look here. Got that. Aha. So you notice at least I'm going to go with this. This pistol did belong to Gray and 2 shots were fired. Plus we have the hole. This could mean that this is his indication that he tried to fight. So we're going to present this and see what happens. But I got it wrong. So here's an example of punishment. So, yeah, I'm actually a little stumped. Let's see. If it wasn't that... I'm gonna go... I'm gonna try the folding screen next. And I failed. So yeah, I've kind of messed up at this point. Gotta be careful. So I'm honestly not sure. We'll press here and see what we got here. So yeah, well we might have tried to jump ahead a little bit here. Well, we got our hint that there's something more to the costume, so we're going to make one more try before we end off this Game & Watch and try Maya's costume. There we go. That's the indication that we got it right. Fortunately, between court, you know, between the trial sections, you do get that back. Yeah, every time he gets a little bit of confidence, it turns around on him. Yep. Not so good. I love how cocky she is. Poor Gumshoe getting abused. Alright, we're going to end off here with what transpired. And that's just a little taste of what you can expect from the Ace Attorney series. Yeah, I messed up a little bit with those. Kind of forgot what we wanted to do, but I was kind of, I think, jumping ahead because of other things I know about. But yeah, it's other than the few problems I mentioned, this is a really good port. If you've never experienced Ace Attorney before, absolutely pick this up. Well worth it. All three games are great. You'll have hours of good time and just a really great story. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Ace Attorney and other things gaming as well. Until next time, bye.